Now you've had enough.
They're the last comics standing of the pre-internet era.
Yeah. Is that supposed to convince me?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 comedy actors of the 1990s.
Don't you want to see what Daddy does for a living?
Blow me.
Excuse me?
Show me.
For this list, we're scouring Hollywood history to find the funniest comedic actors who ever graced a screen. We're focusing on performers from both feature films and television, but have decided to exclude talk show hosts and voice actors.
He's lying, son.
Incidentally, comics like Chris Rock didn't make the cut either, as they're more known for their stand-up routines.
Well, think about Frank Sinatra dead, Dean Martin dead, Sammy Davis dead, Jerry Lewis got a full head of black hair.
This is part of a series of videos spanning the decades.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
Number 10, Roseanne Barr. After appearing on both Carson and Letterman in the mid-80s, this circuit comedian was offered the role of Peg Bundy on Married with Children. But thanks to the success of an HBO special, Roseanne Barr was given her own ABC sitcom.
Is that the truth?
With a no-nonsense attitude and feminist ideals, Barr's character welcomed a variety of personalities to her blue-collar circle, while introducing America to the realities of the present day.
I said the wedding is off.
Well, of course it's a little off. It's two guys, for God's sake.
Barr's artistic vision, combined with the show's sharp yet hilarious jokes, made her slice of comedy even more special.
Snorkeling, huh? Well, I guess you learn a new word for it every day.
Oh, Roseanne.
Number 9, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, that's crazy.
Born Karen Elaine Johnson and raised in New York City, this veteran performer kicked off the decade by playing an enigmatic gypsy in the tearjerker Ghost.
I can't. It's too difficult.
Fortunately for her, audiences not only cried from heartbreak, but also cried from laughter, thanks to her captivating and Academy Award-winning performance.
You ready now? Let's do it.
A 1992 role as Sister Mary Clarence established Goldberg as one of the premier comedy actresses of the mid-90s.
I've never seen anybody killed before, except, sometimes you pass on the freeway, you see a couple of people dead. But
Miss
it's not the
Van
same thing
Cartier?
once.
In fact, Whoopi reportedly became the highest-paid film actress after reprising that famous character alongside a young Lauryn Hill in 1993.
Come on, y'all. We really gotta take this from her. Come on.
She would later help Stella get her groove back. But Whoopi Goldberg was always the main attraction.
But look at me. I'm a nun. I'm a penguin.
Number 8, the Wayans family.
Take it from me, it's I to be.
When it comes to sketch comedy in the 90s, there was nobody more significant than this Manhattan family.
I am the Minister Louis Farrakhan.
With Keenan Ivory and Damon Wayans as the original innovators, the Fox series In Living Color not only launched the careers of future Hollywood stars, but also the careers of their own siblings, Kim, Sean, and Marlon.
I'll tell you everything you need to know, man.
Their streetwise sense of humor and hysterical impressions allowed each to establish their own comedic persona. And from 1995 to 1999, both Marlon and Sean took their talents to the WB for yet another acclaimed television series.
Excellent. Count me in.
All right, have a seat.
Their chemistry was natural, and their hard-working hustle paid off.
But maybe you are getting us confused with someone else when in fact we are John Starks and manager.
Number 7, Adam Sandler. If you saw this man's film debut in 1989, you probably wouldn't have thought that he'd be the biggest movie star in America just a few years later.
Oh, man, the guy's talking about incest. It's not funny. The guy needs help. I could get last with that.
Like most great comedians, Adam Sandler paid his dues with stand-up routines and creative versatility by not only writing sketches for Saturday Night Live, but also becoming one of their most promising new cast members. His musical ability was fully utilized in classic Weekend Update routines. And after a couple of lowbrow cult classics, Sandler reached mainstream America with the more dramatic comedies Big Daddy and The Wedding Singer.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
His style is often parodied, but Sandler had that something special to set him apart from the pack.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Number 6, Rowan Atkinson. Throughout the early 90s, this British icon dominated television screens as a lovable buffoon named Mr. Bean.
426, please.
With almost no dialogue whatsoever, Rowan Atkinson managed to create a universally loved on-screen persona while tipping his hat to the silent era. While it remains his most cherished performance, this master of physical theater has also shown an impeccable dry wit that manages to slay anyone who shares a scene with him.
But the servants did know, and they applauded loudly in the kitchen.
Whether he's playing a vicar, a police officer, a secret agent, or one of the many descendants of a man named Blackadder.
A wandering minstrel I
Number 5, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, hot pizza coming through, hot pizza. Got to get the police officers their pizza. They got to protect and serve, so police got to eat too.
Film buffs may remember this vibrant comic as C from Spike Lee's 1989 film Do the Right Thing. And it was this star-making performance that opened up the doors to a whole array of feature films.
Radio Raheem like a motherfucker.
Martin Lawrence dominated the screen in House Party and offered Eddie Murphy some Confucius-like love advice in Boomerang.
Like the shit you read about in Penthouse? Man, stuff like that never happens to me. Man, stuff like that never happens to anybody.
Lawrence's entire 90s filmography warrants a place on our list, especially his appearance in the Bad Boys franchise.
I'm a bad boy.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
But the cherry on top is most certainly his work on the self-titled Fox sitcom from 1992 to 1997. The theme song is iconic in itself, and the vastly underrated series was a staple of 90s comedy. Number 4, Chris Farley.
Why not vote for Al Donnelly, right?
Some comics take their time setting up a joke, but some knock you over the head from the get-go.
And the medic gets out and says, "Oh my God." New guy's in the corner puking his guts out.
When Chris Farley entered the scene on Saturday Night Live, everybody knew it, because he would be huffing, puffing, and probably knocking a few tables over.
Old Matt's gonna be your shadow. Here's you, here's Matt. There's you, there. Whoops-a-daisy.
His physical comedy was second to none, and upon leaving SNL after a 5-year run in 1995, he released 2 90s classics with his frequent comedy companion David Spade in Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
Kill Whitey!
With 10 film credits to his name before his untimely passing in 1997, there was probably no other comedian that took full advantage of every moment like Chris Farley.
I'm a maniac on the floor, and I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
Number 3, Mike Myers.
Yeah, baby!
Shortly before Chris Farley arrived at Saturday Night Live, this Canadian had already established himself on the NBC program through a variety of absurdist characters.
Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Linda Richmond.
But it was one long-haired slacker and his goofy pal, as played by Dana Carvey, that spawned 2 box office blockbusters with Wayne's World and its 1993 sequel.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
His odd physical movements, breaking of the fourth wall, and magnetic style also ensured that his groovy James Bond spoof would become a cultural phenomenon.
Do I make you horny?
Randy?
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah, do I?
Equipped with a guy-next-door demeanor, Mike Myers elevated his craft by selling comedic personas that audiences could truly root for, while losing themselves in laughter.
Okay, then. We hold the world ransom for $100 billion.
Number 2, Robin Williams.
Hello!
Already a comedic legend by 1990, this intellectual whirlwind brought unrivaled originality and energy to each and every role.
I have a hard-on for you the size of Florida.
One of the busiest actors of the decade, Robin Williams challenged both himself and audiences with dramedies like The Fisher King and Patch Adams.
Either way, I'll probably still be viewed as a thorn. But I promise you one thing. I am a thorn that will not go away.
While going all out with pure comedies like Mrs. Doubtfire and The Birdcage.
You do an eclectic celebration of the dance. You do fussy, fussy, fussy. You do Martha Graham, Martha Graham, Martha Graham.
But it was in 1997 when he teamed up with a couple of aspiring filmmakers by the names of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck that he produced one of the finest performances of the decade.
Nail them while they're vulnerable. That's my motto.
A role tinged with a little drama, a little comedy, and tons of heart that earned him an Academy Award.
Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Please forgive me for being so late, but the traffic was unbelievable. Senator Keeley, Mrs. Keeley, I'm so happy to meet you at last.
Hello, my son.
Hi there. And you are?
Look, Larry, have you ever heard of Vietnam? You're entering a world of pain, son. We know that this is your homework. We know that you stole a car.
And the money.
And the money.
Tinelli, the Tinelli Meister. All right. Detective Tinelli making copies. The Tinellinator.
Number 1, Jim Carrey.
Thank you. Thank you too much.
After a few lukewarm big screen performances in the 80s, this innovative Canadian reinvigorated his screen presence by joining forces with the Wayans family on In Living Color. And all hell broke loose in the world of comedy because there was a new sheriff in town. With surreal characters like Fire Marshal Bill, Carrey transferred that boundless energy and creativity to cinema soon enough.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate.
With hits like Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, and Liar Liar.
I can't lie!
Carrey's charisma was impossible to ignore. And with each remaining year of the decade, he cemented himself further as one of the most bankable comedy actors of the 90s.
Everybody's been real nice.
Well, that's because you have big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean, I want to squeeze them.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite comedy actor of the 90s?
You know what? I don't think women understand the feeling of it. Rawhide and steel, vice grip and monkey pliers, dado, head cut, flat jig, miter, jig, box, hot glue.
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
This is some good shit.